The last thing that the Lord said to me today is that Nigeria, the nation of Nigeria in Africa, is going to have a marked increase in guerrilla warfare and internal fighting. The Lord says that Nigeria is being deliberately destabilized, and their rebel groups are growing bolder and bolder. As a result, the people of Nigeria are going to end up wailing because they will lose their loved ones in daring raids, in more fires and more explosions that leave many dead in unexpected ways. So I do know that there is one group in Nigeria called Boko Haram, but the sense I was getting as the Lord was speaking to me in my sleep is that there seem to be other splinter groups that are either learning from Boko Haram's example and the fact that since 2013, the government does not seem able to get a handle on these people. And so other splinter groups have perhaps budded up like evil mushrooms in the country, and learning from them, and therefore there's going to be unfortunately an increase in these shock raids and shock bombings that are going to leave a lot of people dead in raids. When they raid, this is usually when they take live captives and carry them off to the mountains or wherever they go and hide with these people. And the Lord said there's going to be more fires and bombings and explosions that leave people dead unexpectedly. So this is definitely high quality guerrilla warfare. He says that the Nigerian government is not prepared for this, nor are they equipped, meaning militarily or through strategy or through even spying to find out where these people are, nor are they prepared or equipped to face this type of terrorist onslaught. And as a result, Nigerians are going to get exceedingly agitated in the face of what seems like government helplessness and a distinct inability to protect them. As a result, the Lord said that modern migration patterns in Nigeria are going to change because the demographic of where tribes normally live in Nigeria is going to shift. So if there are tribes that normally live in the north of Nigeria or tribes that normally live in the south of the country, basically based on history where they've always lived, also based on religion where they're normally congregated, God said that there's going to be a complete shift in the migration patterns of this country because people will get tired of being bombed and blown to pieces on the local transport, the buses, I guess, and trains and whatever they use there. And they will start to move en masse to areas that are safer. And he says that Nigeria is already in an economic crisis, but it will grow worse. And being Africa's greatest oil producing nation will not stop the black horse from riding in that nation. And if I can just take you briefly to the book of Revelation, chapter 6, where it talks about the different horses, each horse being a portent. A portent is an omen or a sign of some of the things that we can expect to see in the end times. Revelation chapter 6 verse 6 says, "And I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, 1 quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of wheat for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and wine." Verse 5 says, "When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, 'Come and see.' And I look, and behold, a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand." This is the sign of coming economic tightness. We call it economic straits and limitations, and also economic collapse. Economic collapse is going to be part and parcel of the end times. A lot of people do not teach the end times properly. They're constantly talking about, yes, the fact that there are going to be creatures like the locusts from the pit and the fallen angel whose name is Apollyon being given the key to the bottomless pit and things like that. But also, we need to understand that going into the end times, it is going to be a very progressive difficulty where we move slowly from acceptable life, tolerable life, into the fact that many people are going to become homeless. Many people are going to be going hungry as prices skyrocket on normal goods, which we are already in the midst of here in the United States. So God said these things years ago, and there are still prophecies to read. So things are going to go incrementally. And economic collapse and economic struggle, economic crisis, and the collapse of nations as their currencies begin to topple and fall down. Understand that no nation will eventually have a currency, because the beast has his own money in mind that he plans to microchip or somehow put into and integrate into the human vessel so that your money becomes a part of you. And so breaking down national sovereignty and breaking down strong economies is all part of the beast system.
So, beloved, I believe we heard what the woman of God has to say concerning what God actually revealed to her concerning the nation of Nigeria. But before I continue this video, there is something I want to say. Whatever she's saying in this video has already come to pass and are still happening till date. She talks about the bombing and all those in the northern state of Nigeria. I think that was yesterday, I be 3 days ago. Now, there was a news that there was a bomb blast in one city in Borno State, Nigeria, and 18 people were killed and 30 people were injured. And this contains children, women, and men. So it's like when I came across this message, I just want to share it with you guys. When she talks about there are some ethnic group that are going to migrate from one state to another, and I begin to say this thing because it's already happening. Because a lot of people are tired of actually being in a place that their life will be on the line, or they will have to be on the run. They cannot do their day-to-day activities anymore. And mind you, this northern state and the middle belt and some eastern states, they depend solely on farming, trading, and moving from one community to another. But in the case of what is happening in the country currently, a lot of people cannot move from one place to another. A lot of people cannot say that, oh, I want to, like, because you can be kidnapped by these people on a life. You can be taken to mountain to be molested, or you can be sold. This is what these people do, and this is what they derive joy in doing. So it's just a whole lot, and our government is not really doing anything. Because I feel like she said, Nigeria do not have the resources, the capacity to actually fight those people. Because if they do, tell me why since 2013, 2014, that this thing became a norm when they kidnapped the Chibok girls. Up to now, they cannot actually drive these people out of our shores and out of our country. They have become a thorn in the flesh of a lot of people in some certain states and communities, states, and local government, because it's very, very bad. People can't even boast to go to their farmland. I remember back then when I was in the village, you could be sent as a child, let's say by 3 p.m. to go and pick firewood from the farm. And mind you, this distance that I'm talking about, you can walk for like an hour, 30 minutes. You can walk for like 2 hours to actually get this particular thing back home. And you can just go on your own. Or two of you children, like let's say at the age of 10, 12, they say escort her or escort him so that you people can rush and go and come back before night food is ready. So imagine that you cannot do those things anymore. You cannot even go a minute, like a 30 minutes walk out of the community anymore. And this community needs to be guided by some certain group of people. So it's very, very painful and heartbroken when I feel like people in my community can no longer do their day-to-day activities. They cannot move freely because of Fulani herdsmen and all those things. It pains me a whole lot that Nigeria has become something, and the government, all they know how to do is just to loot money. It's just for their selfish gain. They want to be the owner of this particular company, particular brands that you don't know they are the one behind it. They want to just take money, go overseas to buy land, pay mortgages of 20, 30 years ahead. So it's very, very heartbroken to know that as a citizens of Nigeria, what you knew nothing about is actually fighting you. Just imagine when our politicians, our lawmakers decide to say, okay, let's go to IMF, which is International Fund, to take money, to take loan, because we don't have the money to fund project, begin some certain kind of things in Nigeria. Then at the end of the day, you find out that are you as a citizen of Nigeria, once you be I'm a Nigerian, you are owing international funds millions of nairas. So it breaks my heart, it disturbs me when I come across such things, because these people are not actually doing anything to help us or regulate some certain kind of things that is actually going on in the country. And it's very painful, but there's nothing we can do about it. They say that we can make changes on our own, and the next thing you see, you want us to employ soldiers, police there. Did you give them money for arms and all those things? Is the security of the nation or of a state or of a community or of a local government, is it not the duty of the government? You take taxes from people here and there and there, even people that don't even know what the meaning of tax is. They pay, but at the end of the day, you can't protect them, and you can't protect their life and properties and commodities. What does it mean being in a nation that does not care about your being, your well-being? They don't even know that people exist. When such injustice happen, they say, oh, so people live in such environment, people live in such areas. Come on. I feel like our government sector should do better. And honestly, people coming into office positions should be well educated and should have humanity in their heart, to have this heart that they are willing to actually help people, to have this heart that they'll say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that at the end of the day once I get into office. And it's not just to make math. Very soon, before you know, campaign starts. These people will go to communities that they have never been before. They will go and fry akara, wash clothes, go to farm with people, just because they want you to feel like they are the good leaders. These people don't even know about you, where they are living in this locality. How do they know you? They don't have television, they don't have constant electricities, they don't even have good roads, they don't have running water. And you say they should know you, but when you come there to deceive them, sell them, make empty promises, then they translate to them, they are happy, you share packets of Maggie, salt, and all those things, because they actually need it at that point in time. They will take it and probably cast their vote for you, which they don't know what they are actually signing up for, which is very, very bad. Honestly, I just feel like our government can actually wake up and put things in place for the citizens of Nigeria, because you becoming a president, a vice president, a senate, a local government chairman, a state governor, a minister of this, that, you should be like, you should know that you are giving your 24 hours in office, because complaints are going to drop on hour basis, minute basis, and you need to attend to them, because you're there to serve. Because that is the definition of democracy. It's government of the people, for the people, by the people. But now it's not like that anymore. Please, let's do better. Let's make this continent a place that we can call home. Make our nation a place we can call home. Make our states a place we can call home. Make our local government a place we can call home. Make our community a place we can call home. And also make our family a place we can call home. Because it seems like a whole lot of things are falling apart, from family down to government and all that. So let's just put everything in the hands of God and pray. But like she said, the end time is near, and this is what the Bible talks about. So let's just put everything in the hands of God. We don't know when the day of judgment is actually going to dawn on us. Your judgment could start anytime you stop breathing. So we don't really know. But God is in control and God is in charge. That is what I'll just have to say. And please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly pause those videos, subscribe, comment, like, share with family and friends so that you don't miss out on any of our content. And also don't forget to turn on the post notification to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And please, if you're a returning subscriber, I want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you. Thank you for always tuning in, and thank you for always watching our video. God bless you as you do that all the time. So guys, that is just the video I want to share with you guys. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.